All right, test, test, test with the new mic. I don't think it sounds too bad. All righty. So a $5,000 bankroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really don't need the rest. I get my fingers right. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9, 950. And that makes 1,000. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. All right, so we're going to try to do $1,000 bank or $5,000 bankroll, $25 table, make our standard 20%. Hopefully, it won't be as tumultuous as our last live stream, but you never know. All right, so $25 table, offset. Let's go ahead and start with 5K bankroll. We'll start out with a 110 inside working. A little aggressive starting out, but I always like to start the streams just a little aggressive. What's going on, D-Jin, Mel C? I think the reason why I like to start a little aggressive is because I always love showing recovery videos where I'm trying to bite out of a hole to show basically people like, hey, it's okay that you get in holes. It's all about how you get out of those holes. Point is a 10. I'm going to reduce these down and then do a 1, just to make it simple math, 130. If you have $60 out there, you can do 120, but try not to move as many chips. First roll is an 11. Second roll is a 6, pays 35. Off, come down off this. I'm getting in a habit now when I come off that I'm trying to just leave a minimum out there. So I just got paid 35. I'll put $20 out there. It's a good bet just to see here. Appreciate it. Hey, Dave. It's a good bet just to see here 7 out. Just to have out there that's small, that doesn't affect you too much. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, hit the top rail on that one. Yo, 11. Nine pays 35. Point becomes a 9. I drop the 9. I have 85 out there. So I'm going to do 150. And we're going. 8 pays 35. Turn this off. And I'm going to reduce this down to $15. Like I said, guys, sometimes you can just wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. That is a 4. So we have a, oh, that's the first 4 thrown. 7 out. 15 pays 10. I'm going to convert all that into a $25 chip. And boom. Well, guys, we're clicking right along. Nothing too crazy. Third shooter. What's up, James? Whoop, 7. So it was a third shooter. 110 down. And I'm going to go into a, I know that this isn't the right chips, but we're going to do $90, 6 and 8. I'll give myself change if needed. She working. That's a 4. It's 180. So it's 360. It's a hell of a hedge, but yep, 360. See if we can't get that $90, 6 and 8 going. 6, $90 pays 105. So we lost 110. we get 105 back. We're technically 5 down, but a lot of times it's very much geared to that recovery. I'm going to drop this down to 20. It's back, and we're going. What's going on? James Sargent. 3 does nothing. 6 does nothing. 6 again does nothing. Fat 7. 20 pays 10. I'm going to put 5 right here and go ahead and get a green out of that. Alrighty. Let's see here. And we already had to come out 7, so no sense in being scared of the inside working. We already dealt with that problem. And we're going to have this working. Always trying to be really up to date on my Lemires. Lemires? All right, so that feels good. 25. Here's my fire bets. Sorry, just doing a little cleanup, guys. Don't worry about that. All right, boom, boom. And how do I even really need? Just probably need one of those. Put the rest right here. Working good. Discount. That's an 8. Pays 35. And I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm up around $100. Maybe a little bit more, but it's going really cookie cutter right now. 7 out, work. Yo 11, off after 1 roll. 7, working. 8 pays 35. And we're going to off. Now I'm pretty sure I've hit this 4 times. I'm not exactly sure, but since I'm starting to hit this, I'm trying to play like I would play at a casino. I'm going to convert one of these 5s into 5 singles. And once you start getting into a little bit of profit, now maybe probably a little bit more than this, but once you start getting into a profit, you can start juicing it very minimally, but it doesn't affect the progression if you do get popped by a 7. You have 110 out here for all intents and purposes. Everything else is just a profit that you've added to it for a little bit extra. That is an 8, point made. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll put the fire bets right there, because every time I make a point, I can come back with a fire bet. Let me move my mic again. Sorry, guys. This mic seems like it's in a weird, precarious area. In fact, I'm just going to put my mic right here. It's in the rail. I think that'll work really great because I'm always pointing my face down anyway for the chips. All right. Point made. Nothing going crazy. Let's roll it out again. It's a fat 6 on the sticks just for the chicks. Does nothing, especially when you have an 8 and a 6 point made the first 2 points. You can be really leery about basically hitting that point again. They're almost as common as hitting a 7, so there's no sense in going crazy on some kind of progression on the don't when you're dealing with the first 2 points being an 8 and a 6. It's a different story if it's 2 4s, 2 10s, 9 10, 5 4, all that good stuff. But something around here, I mean, there's a reason why I work the 6 and 8 on the come out. It's because literally it's the second most common numbers to roll. Another 8, I mean, I'm killing some 8s. I rolled a 4 in there too, but I think it's the first 4th round. That's the second 4th round. And that's a 7 out. Yep. Just comes with it. All right, let's work it. That's a 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this bet, okay, just to save my shoulders a little bit of work. I'm going to put a $30 6 and 8 out there. And then that's 60, and I'm going to put 130 as odds. 7 out. 60, 130. 130 pays 65. I'm just going to add $5 to this. And that pays all that. Points off. This is working. Cool. And off to the races again. 4. Killing some 4s. Same as before, wash, rinse, repeat, which is going to be 60. On the 6 and 8, I'm putting just 130. The reason I'm not putting 120 is just so I don't have to keep fiddling around with a million chips. So realistically, it should be 120, but I digress. 5 does nothing. Second roll is a 3. Yeah, you gotta reach for the skies on that. Reach for the skies. All right, yo, 11, nothing happened. I come down off all this, and just for good measure, I'm just going to put $30 odds. Why? Because I don't have 4 reds. Five does nothing. 3 does nothing. You see how gentle this is? You see how there's not a lot of stress involved. There's not a lot of, I won't claim that's a 7 out, because if I just like, boop, I think, yeah, it is definitely 7 out. 15. It was in no way going to be a 4. How about that? That's a better way of saying it. So, boom, points off. Doing here. And once again, wash, rinse, repeat. 8 pays 35 plus 7, so now we're at 42. I'm going to press it by $6. Points an 8. This is off. We're doing nothing else on an 8. Made $42. There's nothing really. There's no reason to do anything. 12. We got ourselves a 6. 7 out. Working. As a 9, pays 35. I'm going to increase it by $5 and get $30 back. I'm also, since now I'm getting heavy on some reds, this aside, boom. Now, point is a 9. I'm going to turn this off. And this is just to save my shoulder. If I wanted to, a dealer sometimes will put it to where if I didn't want to work a 9, he'd put it off on the 9 and have these working. Depends on where you're going, who you're with, the dealers, if they like you, all the good stuff. For me, to save my shoulders, I'm just turning all that off and just doing a different bet. And I am just going to work the 5, 6, and 8, and that's going to be for 85, 150. Yeah, I guess I can be a little bit more Christian than that. 120 as odds. 7 out. So here's my 120 odds. I lose this. Well, let's see here. 60 pays 40 times 2 is 80. So 1, 2, 3, boom, 80. I lost technically $5 in that whole gambit. It does happen like that. And you got to start thinking like easy math. Sometimes I'll get comments saying, well, you're a little bit off right here. You got like $5 missing or X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, listen, guys, like the biggest thing is basically just being a little bit more simple for yourself. I'm also going to adjust the camera just a hair. I'm looking at the screen and seeing that you guys are not catching these corner numbers, so bear with me. I don't do anything on that side anyway. Just a little bit better. Just a scotch better. Dun, 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 dun. I didn't realize I could probably put my chips right here on this rack. You see where my hand touches. Yeah. I never even thought about that. It's okay. We're not going to deal with that right now. So, all right. Sorry about that. Touching the mic. And I still never grabbed that thing. So we get the stick out. Got that 7. Boom. All right. So, as we stand right now, I know I got 100 at least out here. 110, 120, 130. So let's just say that's 200, 4, 6, 8, 9. I'm up around $200, something like that. So chugging right along. It's a long journey. We're trying to make $1,000, but hey, 20% is great considering the fact that you're sitting here chugging right along and there's not been really big issues. The biggest bet I've made is literally hedge bets, which wasn't really up 7. Yes, I say. All right, so I'm gonna click all this back. 25, 100, 125. So that was about 125 bucks, but remember what I said is that you base this on the original bet because that pressing was profit. So I had 110 on the inside. So I'm going to sit here and just do $100, sorry, not $100, a $90 6 and 8 working. Make the change if I do a double 7. 4. So right here is 180. So this is, once again, this is the biggest bet I made last time, which is a 360 lay on a $90 6 and 8. 3 does nothing. Second roll, 10, first 10 thrown. Third and final roll, 8. That pays 105. I drop this. This gets reduced down, which is 30. $10 again, second 10 thrown. 6. 12. 8. 5. 10, second 10 thrown. 10, third 10 thrown. 11. Sorry. That is a 6. 7 out, pays 15. And then rack it back, off. We'll go ahead and it's 50. That's 100. All right. So we're going to see here. And because we did that big hit, we did lose a little bit in those presses. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Right now that's 5,000. 1, 2, just a little bit under $300 up. So even though it looks like we're losing some big bets and we're maybe not doing as good as we should be, understand that we're now almost at 30% of our goal. So it changes. This nickel and dime stuff does add up over time, even though it doesn't seem like that. Even though you kind of look down like, how the hell did we do that? It's just those little stabs. So we said here and there, stab 35. And like I said, we're taking these stabs. I know it doesn't seem like it, but we're taking these stabs at $35 at a time, which is pretty significant. I mean, if you really think about it, you're talking about some significant little pop shots. Boom, 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 boom. 120 as odds. 4, first 4 thrown. 6 pays 35. And now I'm going to reduce this down to $15. Turn this off and go ahead and add that 25 right back here to this 9, even though it's off. And think about that. I hit for $35, $35. So right here, I made $70 immediately without any risk. And it was 2 shots, one coming into the point, one during the point, and then I'm taking a shot coming out of the point. So I'm taxing it at every level. 3 does nothing. 8 does nothing. We got ourselves a fat 4. 1, 3, just for me. 6 for the chicks. 9 to save time. So $15 down. And this is a really easy way to just think about this. I lost $15. I'm just going to cut the don't pass. And now I got a $25 don't pass line. Easy transition for anti-fire. 9 again. I really like this 9. I'm in profit. I'm going to sit here and press it to 75. Yo, 11. That's a 6. Kind of a mild throw, if you ask me. Didn't really bounce right. 4. Oh, 9. So I lost 10 and 25 for 35. 75. So now I'm at $105 down. I got 110. Second 9-point made. That is a 6. Not a good spot to be in on your third point, especially on the DP, because 6, once again, is the second most common number thrown. But Well, you'll throw a 7 and it'll be okay. So 110 pays 110. And even though we're on the second point, technically the third point, we still taxed the shooter on the way out. So we taxed him on the way in with the working bets. We taxed him during his roll by hitting the 8 or the 6. And then we taxed him on the way as his point 7 out on the don't. Ba-da-ba-dum. Gotta reset all this. All right, and we're working. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so right here, unless I touch a $100 chip, that's 5,000 right there. So it's a good, I think it's 200, 300. Yeah, so I'm over $300 now. 4. Oh, I forgot to put right here. That's all right. I'm going to punish myself for it. So 100 out there. Let's just do 230. And that should be $10 odds. And it's a lay. Let's get the 4 yeah here. Yo 11 does nothing. Where's my stick? I'm trying to tell myself that basically I shouldn't go past this pass line with the dice because y'all can't see it. And that's my goal. That's why you always see me trying to work this corner right here. 10 does nothing. First 10 thrown, though. Whoa, 4. That is a fat 4. So let's see what we lost. 230 on a lost 4. Oop. 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 So I'm going to keep it very conservative and do 235 on the don't. This is going to be definitely a bigger run. So we're going to be sweating this a little bit. So enjoy the ride, guys, because I'm definitely going to be sweating bullets. 4, well, I am not sweating it as much because of this, but yeah, I feel good about it. In fact, I feel so good about this, I'm going to put another 230 and have these bets working. 7 out. So let's do the 230 first, which pays 115. There's 110. Okay, so that goes there. So that covers my odds. Just going to leave this off. Take this back. Okay, and now let's do this, which is 230. I think I was supposed to do 235, but it is what it is sometimes. Boom. That was clockwork. All right, let's see how we're doing here. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 100, 200, 300. Yeah, I'm still right basically where I was. A little bit over $300. All right, guys. Chugging right along. As a 9, pays 35. Point becomes a 9. Turn this off. I'm actually going to press it by 5. Still turned off though. And you know what? Let's get a little bit kind of tracky here. So these are off. These are on. These are $90 6s and 8s. And I once again did not put odds. $3, that'd be a $20 vig. What's going on? Mr. Brown. 5 does nothing. Second roll. 7 out. And these are $90 6s and 8s, okay, that I lost. But it doesn't matter. Taking it out. Actually, I need to do this right. I lost these, which are $90, so they owe me $20. Okay. But I won the lay, which is $200. So you see how I got back my vig in that? I almost didn't pay that correctly. That would have been bad. Working. How about we put some pass and don't pass there this time? As a 6, pays 35. Press it by 6. Turn off. Point becomes a 6. What a wash that was. 7 out. Working. Oops, 7. All right. $121. Yep, $121 is what I lost. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different here. Instead of doing a $90 6 and 8, I'm actually going to come for the full amount and do a 120. Six and 8 working. See if we can't get a little into some trouble here. 10 point is a 10. You know what? Let's get ourselves into trouble. That's 240, which would be 480 odds, which is almost the max odds I could put on a $25 don't pass line. $20 short of that. Let's see if we can get some trouble, guys. Yo, 11. That 6 scared me a little bit. Second roll. 6, 120, pays 140. Okay, so I made $20 on that transaction. Let's go on DJ and Den. Hang it in there, man. All right, so we're going to reduce these down. I'm just going to put $30 out there. I'm going to bring all these shenanigans back. And I'm just going to reset into a 110 inside. And just grab all the goodness and come back with it. All right, and this is off. Nothing bad about a 120 hit right there, and that's how you convert a 6 and 8 working to a hedge 6 or hedge on the 10 to the inside. 7 out, comes out, $15. And like I said, once you start getting more and more into profit, you can take more and more of the stabs that you're doing. Jared's doing good. I think he's off the all meat kick, but I know he's working out. All right, 110 lost, and we're just going to go into a 1. I know this isn't correct, but this is a 120 6 and 8 working. Okay, just doing this to alleviate my back a little bit. 3. Ooh, do we take a risk? Why not? 9. Once again, these are $120 6s and 8s. We got a little odds on that. That 9. First roll for the 9. 5. Third and final roll. 10. Off. And you know what? We'll be a little risky now and just the don't. And do a 150 on a no 9. 7 out. Look at that. Pays 100. I think we lost 110. So, we still lost $10, but, I'm trying to sit here and mitigate as well as possible, these effects of these big numbers, big lays, et cetera, et cetera. So this comes over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bump, 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 bump. 10. It's not going to give me an inside number, is it? All right, so we're going to go. I'm just going to do 210. I'll do 220. That's what I'm supposed to do anyway. 220 hedged off that 110 inside work. Yo, 11. Second roll. 3. Ain't going to give me an inside, is it? 3. We'll let one more run. See how much trouble we can get for one more. Oh, 7. So that's a wash on this 220. Pays 110. And guess what? She's still working. All right. 8 pays 35. And let's just try, once again, another little thing. More aggressive, but once again, just showing y'all different ways that, you can press by 12, you can press by 6, you can press a full press. As long as you understand that when it comes down to when you lose it on a come out 7 or when you do lose it, it starts with your base because anything that you added, it came from profit. So it's already been reconciled. 8's been made. 3 does nothing. Double 3s still does nothing. That is a 7. I'll work it. I got nothing to live for. 8. Oh, look how lucky that was. That pays 70. I'm going to press that 8 by another 30. Point is an 8, and it is off. That is a 4, first 4 thrown, I believe. 7 out. All right. Have it working. Now we really need an 8. Oh, 7. All right, so that's 100. I'm not going to do exactly what I told you I'm going to do. 150, 60, 70. 170 lost. I'm in profit. So why not get just a little bit crazy? This is a 150, 6 and 8. And she's working. Fat 8, which is going to pay 175. We'll come back off of this. Point comes back to an 8. That was what, a $90 8, junk 9, junk 5, I believe a nothing 6. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 1. So I made $5 off that transaction. I believe $5 extra than what I did have. Yo 11. Like I said, you in profit. Let's get. I'm trying to, believe it or not, first 10 thrown. I'm trying to kind of get myself in a precarious situation. Once again, I love kind of showing recoveries and what to do in bad situations. But right now, this session is going pretty much per the usual. 11. See right here, I'd turn off. But you know what? We're going to let it run. That's an 8. Pays 105. And we're kicking right on this 8. I'm going to just add that to the 6. And click back to 75. Goes the 8. Turns off. 10. First 10 thrown. There's a 4. First 4 thrown. That's a 10. Second 10 thrown. That's an 8 point. I'm loving New Mexico, finally in our new home. Shasta said, oh, I told Shasta today too. Mr. Oil Man, the DJ and Den, drilling for gold, whether it be on the craps table or in the oil fields. 7 out. Actually, it's come out 7. You know what? Be froggy again. Turn on in between points on a come out 7. That's an 8. Look at that. Pays 105. I'm going to go ahead and press that 6 again. Click back at 75. Turn this off. Point goes to the 8. 5 does nothing. Trying to be Bam. Trying to be. I was talking to John from Pro Gaming TV the other day, and I was like, I feel like the people that really just kind of watch my stuff understand that it's like a ghost. You never know when it's going to come. All right, so we're going to turn this on. We've pressed this pretty significantly. We have a $90 6 and 8, still a $25 5 9. Before I do anything, I want to check something though. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's an extra 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're almost 700 in to a $1,000 bankroll. So if we hit another 6 and 8, this is going to be getting really juicy really quick. It's a 5, pays for 35. Okay, I'm going to press it by $10. Go to the 10, click back to 25, turn these off. And you know what, guys? I'm just being gentle. Sometimes when you get closer to your goal, you want to be more aggressive. I really want to show this to be like, hey, we're going to sit here and be as gentle as possible. 6, that's nothing. You 11. 6, I say that would have made $200. Would have been done. 5 though, but see, that would have been a huge hit trying to go. So once again, I'm going to show this. I'm going to make sure to get this right here. Put this right here. So the biggest thing is right here. You saw me when I was like, hey, you're close to your goal. You're going to want to be aggressive, but you need to back it down just a little bit. This is a perfect example because let's say if I just pulled the 5, okay, I'd have had 220 bucks out there. So that means I'd have put $360 as odds. I'd have hit this twice for 200. and $10. But I'd have lost $360 right there and have to put $360 on a 5 after this. This is a classic example of when you can sit here and put yourself back. So I lost $15 on a 5-point. Once again, I'm just dropping the pass line and just riding the dome. 9. I like a 9. 9's a good one to have. And now that I'm on the second point, I'm going to give it just a little bit more hair. We'll put 75 in. Yo, 11. 8. Oh, 9. Okay, so I've lost 15 plus a 25 for 40. 75, so now we're at 115 down. So come back at 120. Boop. 9. Where's my other dice? Oh, there it is. Fat 6. This is where you don't want to be when Jesus comes back, is $120 on the 6, but third point, we're going to let it go. 4. 7 out. 120 pays 120. Put another offset, reset to 25, bring these points back. This comes back. And once again, I know it seems like I'm beating a dead horse, but I always like to do this. So that's basically 90, 90. That's 200 essentially. 300, 5, 7, 9,000. So that's 5,000, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just shy of $800. All right, ain't too bad. That means if I hit this, 6 pays 105. So I'm now just shy of $900. And we're going to turn this into a 126. Actually, you know what? We've hit these so many times. You know what I'm going to do? Do the smart thing. Once again, you get near your goal. How about you sit here and start dialing this puppy down a little bit? So I'm going to turn these off. But all I did was basically take up all these pressings, and it's time for these chickens to come home to roost. Okay? I don't want to sit here and be doing this 10 days in a row because I sat here and wanted to pressure at the very home end. So I'm going to say, okay, that's 4,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, that's 5,000 right there. 3, 4, 450, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 850. Ain't bad. 850 ain't bad. And we'll just take the last little, where's my other dice? Oh, that is. And we'll just take this last little like $150, just going. What? Look at that. Dre is doing, man, I'm glad Dre's doing good. And he's a dad now. Gosh, man, you know he's going to be a good dad. Dre. All right, working. That's 7 out. 8 pays 35. I'm once again just going to press it by $12, not $30 like the last time. Point becomes an 8. These are off. OFF off. 4, first 4 thrown. 6 does nothing on the sticks. Deuce, snake eyes, 1-1 for the one time. 6 again. 6 again. That way, hard 6. Snake eyes. 6s and snake eyes. That's what they call me. 5 for the guys. 5 for the guys. You know what? Just because I'm feeling froggy. 25 on the friendly field. 9. Excuse me. Go ahead, just get that real quick. 10. 8 point. That was a very long roll. A lot of stuff made. Gives me more of a confidence to say, you know what, I might sit here and do something juicy on the second point, depending on what it is. 9's the second point. I do like that 9. Let's just see what trouble we can get into. We'll do 150 on a no 9. 6, 7 out, pays 100. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay, 10, 4. Man, we're getting there, boys. We are definitely getting there. I mean, we have got to be at least on the home stretch. So let's do it like this. 150. $200. It's always good when the casino is running out of chips because you have them all. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, we close. I think we need one more hit, boys, and then we're in the 20%. One more hit. 6, pays 35. I think that's all we needed. And I'm not going to say off. I'm going to say dealer, bring me down. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure we hit it. And that's a $1,000 hit right there, $1,000 profit. Not a lot of shooters. Nice and gentle. We didn't get in any kind of trouble. Points of 6. But, I mean, if you throw a 10 right here, I might have to throw some more stuff out there. 9. You know what? I'll play with a 9. $30, no 9. Snake eyes. Man, throw some snake eyes today. 7 out. 30 pays 20. OFF off. You don't know about that OFF? That only fans? The only fanatic fans? Only feet finders? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and color up. Let's see how we're going to kick right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do this, guys, so that way you can always see my chips. That's 100. You can always see the dice never leave the table. Chips never leave the table. It's splayed out as Christian as I possibly can. 100, 200, 300, okay, 400, 500, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've reached 1,000. Just going to stack all that right here, and that is $1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is $2,000. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. This is our original bankroll. And so, the biggest thing is we start with 5,000. We need a 20% goal. We got $1,113 as our profit. And like I said, guys, I'm going to come over here and point at stuff a little bit. I'm going to be holding this mic, so. All right. Well, Brad, I can tell you one thing. Like, wait for that bankroll, even starting a small bankroll and then wait to the bigger bankroll. Like I said, it'll build you a better props player along the way. All right, so the biggest thing I want to show, as I shake my camera, actually I'll do my left hand and hold the mic with my right hand. So the biggest thing about this session, it really ran very generic, very normal. Nothing really got out of hand. The only time I would say that a few things to hold. Dealers don't get annoyed with the action. I tip dealers very often. I used to tip like 10% of whatever I win to the dealers at the end, but I've gotten used to now that basically every shooter I tip $1 to my dealer. And so I'm just doing this every shooter, $1 to the dealer, $5 to the dealer. And once you start tipping them pretty regularly, I mean, they'll sit here and dance for you. So the biggest thing, the biggest thing when you see stuff like this is I would say you always focus. No. Always sit here and really, number one, when you get close to your goal, I think right there would have really hit me hard, even though I'd have recovered from it. If I'd have put like a $400 or $450 odds in that nine, trying to just get the last little bit of money in one hit instead of just nickel and dime like I have. That's really human nature that you'll sit here and be like, all right, I mean, I'm like $100 away. Let me just put $100 out there and get it over with. That can get you in trouble long term. Second thing I would say is that I really liked how this video showed that you can see here and really just slowly build up these middle parts, these sixes and eights, fives and nines over time, with the base being it. Now, I did two things wrong in that situation. Number one, I pressed it by $6 and was getting hit, and then when I got knocked off on a come out seven, I just can't return to the 110 inside. That is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to account for what you've put in, because everything above that has been profit. So you've taken 80% profit and reinvested 20% in. So that right there doesn't account, because I've probably, making $1,000, I probably lost $200 or $500 along the way. But the thing about that is that I still reduced it to what I was in, my skin in the game, not the profit and all that BS. Now, the difference is when later in this video, you showed me saying, you know what? I'm going to include the profit I lost. So I lost like 140. I'm going to put a 126 and 8 working, or 156 and 8 working, whatever it was. The reason why I did that is at that point, I had enough profit where everything inside that system, if I had gotten another Bank 7, I wouldn't have been under $5,000, which means that I would have literally say, okay, at this point, return to your normal play, stab, build it back up. When you're in profit, you can do a little bit more leniency in your stabs, a little bit more leniency in your rolls, but understand that as simple as an extra $10 on a bet, one extra roll, drastically increases your chances of bankrupting. And I say that very seriously. I know it seems like it's just one roll, it's just one bet, it's just one, level up, but those can ridiculously sit here and affect your long term. Because what if that point turns into 6 come out sevens? What if it shows 7-7, then points a 6, you can't do anything, then you make the 6, then you go into a don't with like $200, 7 out comes on the come out, point becomes an 8 again, repeater 8, then you're back in the don't, 7 and 11 come out again, and now you're back to a 6. You can significantly chop your bankroll in half or into 75% of what you did have, and only have 25% less just by that one bet, that one dice roll. So that right there is a really tricky situation that you need to just really get in tune with if you want to sit here and start doing these stabs at certain levels. Now, for me, 5,000, as the comments would say, I am very comfortable with $5,000. I've been playing it for years. Where I get a little bit tricky is with the $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 range. It's hard for me to scale up because of how petrified I am of these worst case scenarios. So it's really hard sometimes to hit 20% goals when you have more money than you should. So, when you look at this, you can say however you want to, but the best way I could say is like if you want to get in practice, but you want to be having fun while at home. The first thing you should do is this. If you want a great challenge exercise, and believe it or not, what time is it? Hold on real quick. Let me check my watch, guys. We might be doing something here. Okay, it's noon. Yeah, it's noon. Okay, good. So, like I said, after this, you take $1,000 profit. So I made $1,013. If that's your profit, then what you should do is then say, okay, I'm going to do a second session in the same shoot. I'm going to do a second session. Put this 5,000 in my pocket, and I'm going to try to make $200 out of this $1,100. So then I have $1,300. Once you do that, you say, okay, I've made $200 off my $1,000. Then you take that 300, 200 plus that 100 and that. So you take 313, say, okay, I'm going to make $60 out of 300. And you can keep taking that 20% of every profit as you go on with smaller and smaller bankrolls, and that's going to help build you up to be a better player because you're trying the same motions with smaller and smaller bankrolls, which in turn will make you more and more conservative. And by the time you get to the $200 and $300 bankroll, you realize how tight you are. You can translate that tightness into what you should be playing with the $5,000 bankroll. So it all kind of plays in. But anyways, I love that this was under an hour. I'm trying to get, more regular with this. I do know that there's going to be a video posted Monday because I already made the video and it's going to like post on Monday. So, anyways, guys, this is Troy from DG. I'll check you guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Next time.